We're just reporting back on India again. It's a crazy dystopic surge happening there, and this is kind of like one of those perseverance porn stories that pop up. International version in some ways. We want to give
Will I bust a nut? Will I bust a nut on it?
Yeah, you're gonna feel so great that these people are working so hard with nothing.
Yeah, I probably need this for when it's time to like go to bed if I can't go to sleep.
so this is crazy. The police turned to pressure cooker steam therapy.
When you first told me about this, I was like, "What? The police are just like blowing people up with pressure cookers? Is that how they're solving the problem?"
They're just totally just giving up. We're just gonna kill everybody now. So I mean, that's pretty dark joke. But pretty much.
I mean, what's darker than black? There's a Black Power magic hour.
So pretty much these police officers, these struggle ass police officers, are using a pressure cooker to inhale steam to prevent measures against COVID-19. The cooker's filled with boiled water, eucalyptus, neem, different like medicinal herbal plants. This is because they don't have oxygen tanks or things for even for the police. So this is just straight up what's happening here. So the staff have been asked to inhale steam after completing the shift and before returning home. So this trend has caught on. So this is what's happening here. This is what they're using the steps to prevent COVID-19, pretty much. And I heard different things about people drinking certain teas and all kinds of stuff like that, herbal remedies of like preventing, strengthening your immune system and stuff like that. But this is in the context of like them burning bodies in parking lots. So mind you,
parking lot burning.
Yeah,
it's not parking lot pimping.
No, it's no part. It's parking lot. Death is pimping. Death, nigga, death. So, so this is crazy right here. Why is this happening? I know like people watch like into Bollywood stuff at all, or any kind of stuff. So there's actually like rich Indian cult. It's like super duper rich Indian people out there who like that's like kind of elite Indian, and they have a lot of money. It's almost like the 1% India. And I really want to put perspective of like why cops using pressure cooker steam therapies because they don't have any other resources. I want to share this other article that just like contextualizes what's happening here. That COVID-19 is also exposing in India because a lot of times people think India is just like a third world place. It's not. It is a powerful country with a lot of resources.
There's really no. I was going to say there's really no real difference economically between the United States and India when you consider the haves and the have-nots. The wealth gap, I was going to say the wealth gap is crazy, so you just pulled up this article.
Yeah, it's absurd. So right now, they have a problem in which the wealthy are so wealthy that they're just flying, they're booking private jets to Europe and the Middle East, the Indian Ocean. They're all bolted.
That's exactly what the rich people did here. Remember that one super rich music executive that was telling people to like be safe over a year ago when like the country was being ravaged, and he posted a picture from like a fucking luxury yacht in the middle of the ocean. Remember that shit? And telling everybody, and like you had like other wasn't it like Ellen DeGeneres also posted some shit? No, like everybody like be super safe and socially distanced, and it's like, I feel like I'm in a prison in this palatial estate, And
then they make like a shitty like a music video of the John Lennon song with a bunch of celebrities in their like crazy fancy ass houses, telling us to imagine a better world while we're struggling. So this was happening in India. Probably a worse feeling in a lot of ways. I mean, the fact that 1.5 million rupees is like almost like $20,000. So people are dropping $20,000 to like get the fuck out of India. Own Indian people are leaving. Some are even paying private jet operators for return leg of the flight if the plane has no bookings. So people are just leaving and not coming back, pretty much.
Or if they want to come back, there's nobody where they're at that is going back in that direction. So they have to. So that there's got to be a reason for the company to fly back in that, because it costs a lot of money to fuel them up, to staff the airplane, to make sure they're safe, what have you. So
And
they're
this is
like, well, we'll pay for all whatever you guys would have needed to make money on this flight. Well, I'm rich enough to pay for the whole thing and sit on the plane by myself.
yeah. Keep the gas running. I don't want it coming back. Pick up no dirty people.
Yeah, because we need those greenhouse gases back in the atmosphere. We had a year off from crazy pollution. Have you noticed that um the allergy season this year hasn't been like fucking ridiculous? Or is it just me?
Oh, maybe because the mask wearing. I don't know.
No, I think it's because like we didn't put as much pollution into the fucking air
Oh,
and
last
then
year.
set the trees off.
Oh, last year. We come to like.
This
I mean, the last year we had like the. That's when we saw like literally the sky was clear. Like
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But then
not,
like you get to see a whole 1 year cycle for the trees
yeah.
because when there's more CO2 in the air, they produce more pollen.
But I heard that people are starting up even worse. The pollution is even worse than the beginning of the pandemic. Almost like we're trying to catch up.
Right. So
Yeah.
the next season is going to be
Terrible.
you might want to wear like a whole fucking
It's probably why.
bubble
It's probably why it had almost like a normal New
bubble
York
helmet.
City, almost like a normal New York City winter in some ways. I don't know. Who knows? But
Right.
but it goes back to here about like that. This is such a dinosaur problem that middle and upper middle class families are having dealing with limited resources, and that goes back to the article we first posted of the police department doing some like grandma remedy to like to prevent the infection of COVID-19. So that shows you the context of how the disparity of wealth is happening in India right now. It's absurd, and I want to put this.
A lot of these companies,
Yeah.
a lot of these countries, I should say,
Yeah,
look at the wealth gap as a sign that their economy is healthy.
yeah, because they look towards the United States, who done it. Well, if we were like them, they were definitely successful. So they
And then
see,
the whole fucking world is going to collapse.
exactly that's what. So they pull up this number here, and I put this in the calculator. So it's like 100 billionaires have seen their fortunes increase by. This is like 12. This is a number that's crazy. It's so crazy that after the calculations of like 138 million people receive 94,400 rupees. That's about a $1,200 check. So pretty much the billionaires themselves can hand everyone in India a $1,200 check if they wanted to and still be super wealthy. But they choose to get on
But they don't want to.
private jets and got the fuck out of there. So I just giving context to like that wonderful story of the steam cooker with the herbal.
Yeah, we have to provide proper context before you try to wank off to this perseverance porn.
So it goes back, even those with the financial capacity to afford critical drugs, oxygen, and hospital beds have struggled during the COVID-19 crisis. So this is like I've seen this in a wide scale of people posting GoFundMe's for their families, for their friends in India, who are not poor. These are like the resources are not there. So somehow the people are fleeing to other countries where the resources are there rather than help their own countrymen, countrywomen.
Because why should they have to? They're wealthy.
So
Other people worked hard for their wealth. Why should they help those people that have helped build their wealth?
So this is a wild story. Just giving context to what's happening in India. Don't mistake India is a developed country, and I want to show that it's not just like a struggling country right now. That makes it even worse in some ways.
Their people are struggling,
Yeah.
but the country itself isn't.
But that's what makes the problem even more crazy. Once you see the complete story, it's like, wow, they really have shit, and they're doing this. This is actually happening, and they have shit. What the fuck is going on in India? So,
Well, we know what the fuck is going on.
so that's a quick global Earth news update. Hopefully, keep your follow your GoFundMe's, follow your crowdsourcing materials that's happening because it seems to be a dire need for supplies in India. So Black Power Magic Hours on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and act.tv has over 50,000 subscribers now. And Dr. Genius, he's live on Twitter, YouTube, Discord, and that's Global Earth News.